There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With over 140 channels in your vehicle, your all-access trial includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to our very first CMA Connected after coming back from what an intense 2 weeks, as you know, called CMA Industry Week. I've had the chance to rest up, maybe more of a comatose. Definitely was a lot of training. So I'm proud to say that I can firmly and confidently state that I am most likely the most trained person in the industry right now. Over 100-something hours of live broadcast, but most importantly, tons of great learning content that I really hope that you guys had a chance to consume. If you haven't, of course, it's still available online and on demand for the next 2 months. Make sure you go to our website, canadianmobileaudio.com/industry week and get your learn on. So I'm your host, Ben Wu, if you didn't know. And on today's Connected, we are connecting with BB Distribution, and they have a brand new line of dash cams out. They unveiled it and we presented it during their time on Industry Week, and it's called Mio. So we've got some really important guests. We have Jaren from BB that will be joining us, but we also have a special guest directly from Taiwan, Mio headquarters, and his name is Perry, and he'll be on with us a little bit later on. So to get the show started, I think we're going to start with a video to kind of set the mood so you can really get an understanding of what Mio Dashcams is all about.
Every day is a brand new day. Through all adventures and challenges encountered in your journey, Mio accompanies you and keeps you safe all the way. At Mio, the world's leading brand of dashboard camera, it's all about you. From Taiwan to the world, our laboratories are all professionally certified. We belong to the MyTech Synex Group with our R&D headquarters based in Taiwan's Huaya Technology Park. Mio dashcams are 100% designed by engineers in Taiwan. And all Mio dashcams undergo a battery of more than 50 rigorous tests to ensure the highest performance standards. Thermal shock testing simulates extreme temperature ranges so that our dashcams function in any conditions, from Arctic cold to desert heat. Vibration testing guarantees superior performance even after hours of continuous vibration. Our integrated environmental testing system is designed to test temperature, humidity, and vibration simultaneously. Drop testing ensures that our products continue functioning even when knocked around or dropped. Mio motorcycle dashcams undergo extensive waterproof testing for uninterrupted operation in wet weather conditions. Connector and button durability testing increases product reliability and longevity. Mio equips its dashcams with precision, machine-aligned optics and enhances image quality using 5-axis active alignment. Mio's EMC testing lab was the first to meet national standards for electromagnetic compatibility testing, ensuring dashcam and other electronic devices in your car will not interfere with each other. Radio frequency testing ensures impeccable 4G, LTE, wireless, and GPS functionality. Mio uses a continuous monitoring system during all product tests to ensure the utmost accuracy. After the design process is complete, Mio dashcams are manufactured in Kunshan, China, which features automated production, a rigorous management system, and international certifications. Mio increases production efficiency through our advanced automated production equipment in every process of manufacturing. Mio uses precision 2.5D measuring devices to uphold the highest standards in quality control. Our automated production equipment, including surface mount technology, wave soldering, selective soldering, and coating production lines to shorten the production cycle, increase efficiency, and eliminate errors. Mio's precision PCB laser cutting machine helps ensure smooth edges. Moreover, our automatic labeling machine quickly applies sequential serial numbers. Robotic arms perform high-speed movements with precision, while preventing products from being contaminated by human contact. We ensure clear pictures with our automated lens focusing process. Mio thinks from the user's perspective and ensures your safety, giving you an enjoyable experience during each of your journeys. The world's leading brand of dashcam. Mio, it's all about you.
And there you have it. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our first guest. We've seen him before. He's the product manager. Did I get that right, Jaren?
Yep.
Category manager, product manager. I'm sorry.
And category manager.
I was close. Welcome back to CMA, Jaren.
Thanks, Ben. Long time no see.
Long time no see. I'll tell you what. If that video doesn't tell you this company is serious about their dash cams, I don't know what will.
Yeah, that's a serious video and a serious company, and we want to make sure that people know that these dash cams are a serious dash cam. It's a relatively new to North America, the Mio brand, but worldwide they're huge.
You know, I might have mentioned that during our session on Industry Week. I said I took took some time to dig up what's Mio up to and check out their social media and stuff. Bro, their Facebook page has 1 million likes.
Yeah,
that's crazy for a dash cam company.
For a dash cam company.
And yet that was, and from what I understand, we're going to get some more information from them. From Perry's going to be on with us, but apparently they haven't even been in the North American market for more than a year or two.
Yeah, it's new to the market for sure, but it's a powerhouse in the industry, and that's why we've partnered with them, and we've tried out their dash cams. I have one in my car, and it's a great dash cam.
With like all products, BB, you guys do a lot of testing. You guys got a great team, and you guys love playing with stuff and making sure it works, and especially works in our Canadian, environment, which I think is super important. We're going to get into that. So, what is the purpose of today's session? We want to get into specifics, features, products.
So we're going to introduce kind of Mio and the company of Mio and kind of what they're about, what they do for the industry. And then we're going to do kind of a deeper dive on the 798 cam, which is kind of our flagship cam from Mio for them, with packed full of specs, packed full of features on that camera. It's an awesome camera.
And can I count on you to kind of share some of these features and specs with us today?
Oh yeah, I'll be here for all the features and specs.
Awesome, man. So before I continue, I want to put up some digits on the screen. Mio dash cams. If you're interested in Canada, make sure you contact BB Distribution. They're located in Edmonton, and there's their digits. I'll make sure I put up those numbers throughout the show so that you guys can definitely get a hold of Jaren and his team over there. Okay, what do you say we bring on our guest so we can get to know this Mio company a little bit better?
Sure. Let's bring on the sales manager from Mio for North America, Mr. Perry, joining us all the way from Taiwan. It's super late there.
That's crazy. So yeah,
but he agreed to come on for us, and
is he in his pajamas?
History.
Did you tell him it's okay to be in his pajamas?
Might be.
He might be. Right, let's get him on. Hey, Perry, welcome to CMA.
Hi, Ben and Jaren. Thank you for having me today.
What time is it over there, man?
It's a midnight 12 a.m.
Wow. I guess. Well, we on behalf of BB and CMA, thank you for joining us live.
Okay, thanks.
So we just saw a really, really professional video that talked about the different technologies, the production quality, and the production systems as far as the engineer and the design, and then the production facility in China. I mean, tell us a little bit more about Mio as a company.
Okay. Who is Mio? We are actually MyTech Digital Technology Corporation, headquartered in Taiwan, belonging to MyTech Cinex Group, a multinational business group established in 1945.
1945?
Yeah, 1945.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually involved in many different industries. So the consolidated revenue for 2020 is up to 41.3 billion US dollar, and
Okay.
we have more than 300,000 employees in the world. Yeah,
Wow.
and
That
my
makes
tech has yeah.
No, that's very impressive numbers. I wasn't expecting that. But it kind of makes sense now that I see there was 1 million likes on the Facebook page just for Mio. So Mio is just one branch of the MyTech of the corporation.
Yeah. Yeah. We are just
Wow.
one branch.
Okay. What about? I mean, in North America, how long has the Mio dash cam been available?
Actually, we just got into the North American market from 2020.
Oh, okay.
So we are kind of very new for North American.
But obviously not new worldwide outside of North America.
Yeah, of course. Actually, Mio is the #1 dash camera brand. We have over 55% market share in Taiwan.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
In
and
Taiwan, you
also
said? In Taiwan?
yeah, in Taiwan.
And
Yeah.
that's a competitive market because obviously all the dash cams are made in Asia. So they're all available there, right?
Yeah.
Unless I'm
of
wrong.
course.
Maybe there's some crazy high-end dash cam made in Europe.
Almost
But I don't know.
everyone has the dash cam in Taiwan.
Yeah. Oh, in
And
Taiwan.
also-
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And also,
oh, please continue. Sorry.
sorry. And also, we are also the sales global leader in like Central and Eastern Europe, and also Japan for the ODM project and product. And also, we have another brand called Netman, which is also the top one brand in Australia and New Zealand. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I get it. So, Jaren, what you have on your hands is a global success when it comes to the dash cam. And all of a sudden, you, BB, have managed to secure the distribution of it in Canada and be able to make it available to our Canadian dealer network, which in turn can now make it available to consumers. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's an awesome company. They've been great to deal with. When we first contacted Mio and got the products and started researching the company, like to see how big MyTech is and Mio and their global reach that they have on stuff is just amazing.
Well, let's see if it's just numbers. I want to find out what makes these cameras so good or so popular. So I don't know where you'd like to start. Is there a model in particular that we'd like to start, or technology in general we'd like to start with? Where would you like to go with this?
So we want to talk about definitely the 798 cam is kind of our flagship model, as we'll call it, as for the dash cam. So it's a 2.5K resolution camera. It has 1.8 f aperture lens on it, built-in Wi-Fi. It has parking mode on it, a whole bunch of ADAS safety features on top of the camera as well. So it really gets that high quality video for you. That's the last thing you want, is to have a dash cam and then something happens that you need the footage, and you can't get the footage, or when you get the footage, it looks like it was filmed by a potato.
Yeah, there's been a lot of complaints in the dash cam category just from consumers in general, because they get misled, right? They go to a store, they see a blister pack, it's $99.99, and they think, great, a dash cam is a dash cam. I mean, my phone has got such a good camera in it. This dash cam must be amazing too. Unfortunately, that's not necessarily the case. And unfortunately, many consumers have had an initial not so satisfactory experience in the dash cam category. So, I would love to hear about the higher end type cameras that you offer, because I think that's where the market is going. I think people are realizing that it's worth their money to spend a little bit more to get the better features, to get the better resolution. You mentioned aperture, so maybe better low light performance as well, and all those things. So I think we have a video that we can kind of set the pace with, and then we can go in and dig in on some of these features. What do you think?
Yeah, let's view the video of the 798.
first thing that stood out for me is that thing uses a Sony sensor.
Yeah. If you've seen the Sony Starvis sensor in action, it's the nighttime resolution is unbelievable in the low light conditions, which in Canada we're all too familiar with. Unfortunately, you wake up and go to work in the dark, and you drive home and work in the dark. So
you're making me antsy. I thought we're getting out of that time of year, Jaren.
Yeah, we're springtime. Sorry to remind you guys about it, but
yeah.
It happens all through the winter, and you've got to be able to capture that footage in that low light condition, right? And that's where the Sony Starvis chip definitely helps with those low light conditions.
That is a great selling feature, because are you saying now that most moderate to lower priced units might not necessarily have that capability to capture clear imagery in low light conditions?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the downfall for some of these lower price point cameras. It's like you're fine, or it's a decent picture during the daytime, but when lighting conditions aren't up to par, you go through a tunnel, and having that sensor being able to adjust to the changing light conditions, because it's not always constant on a camera, right? As you're driving, cloud cover, different conditions are going to affect the light that's coming into that sensor. And definitely that Starvis helps get the best picture possible for that dash cam.
All right. Talk to me about a couple other key features that people need to know about when it comes to this particular model.
So the other key features is obviously Wi-Fi, to be able to connect to your phone. Also does over-the-air updates when you're connected to the Wi-Fi through the MyView app that allows you to view your videos real time, pull them right from your camera at that time. It also has onboard G sensor, which can track accidents. It automatically puts the camera into an emergency recording mode, actually, when it detects a certain shock on the G sensor. And
okay, so you're talking about built-in sensors that track the physical movements of the vehicle, because it's connected to the vehicle. So yeah. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it has 3 directions on the G sensor, so it tracks if there was an impact, you hit a large bump. I had it go off and start emergency recording when I hit a giant pothole in Edmonton that we have all too common.
You think you're the only city, bro, with potholes in Canada?
We're just really bad, Ben.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you, Montreal is no better. Anyhow, so what does that translate to when we're talking about that specific feature? Like, what does mom and dad need to know? Why do they need that?
So mom and dad need to know it so you can kind of review the video, see what kids are doing, right? And if you've ever used the MyView Manager app, so their desktop application is probably one of the best I've seen in the industry. It categorizes all your clips for you, front and rear camera, date stamps, GPS stamps. And the GPS is built on board to the camera, so it's nothing external you need to add. You don't have to run a puck to hide somewhere to get the GPS. It's built right into the camera, comes with the camera, nothing else to do. So that's stamped on the video footage. It allows you to zoom in up to like 400 times view on the viewer, and also includes that G sensor information. So you can see when that G sensor is hit, depending on when the clip is played back, which is a super cool feature and great for evidence if you ever happen to need it, right?
What I want dealers to understand is, the dash cam, I think, came out with a specific message and purpose when it first came out, but it's kind of evolved into kind of a multi-purpose must-have ADAS type of tool within your car environment. So I want to spend a little bit of time going over that, because this is the first time we've ever done a connected on a dash cam. So I want to establish this so dealers understand like why this is important when your customer comes in, that you should show them a dash cam option. So we covered the fact that obviously for accidents, that's what you always see, right? You just go to YouTube, you see tons of videos of car crashes, and obviously great thing to have for your insurance, because then they can, figure out whose fault it was and all that stuff. So before I go too far, the first question I have in that category, how does this camera work to be able to make sure that your accident is recorded? That's a common question that we get.
So it has an onboard SD card for it, and it also has the emergency record that we kind of talked about before. So if that emergency recording is triggered, it will download it directly to your phone once it's connected via Wi-Fi to be able to view those videos. And those emergency recordings are not overwritten as well. So your normal footage will get overwritten on the SD card as you keep recording and recording and recording, but those emergency ones won't be
separate,
overridden.
Okay.
So you
because
always
that was
have
that was my question, because I mean this is basically the camera's on a loop, right? You set it at a certain do you set it, or is it automated at a certain time?
It's automated based on how big your SD card is. So you can go up to like 128 gig SD card, which will get you at 2K resolution a few weeks of recording, depending on how much you drive. But let's say you only have the 16 or 32 gig card, it will automatically just loop over itself, because most of the footage when you're driving down the road, you definitely don't need all the time.
No,
it's those events that you need, and it won't overwrite the event.
Right, because you could record for tens of thousand hours. You only need that 30 seconds when you need it, right? So the whole thing's on a loop, but other than the emergency thing, that kind of categorizes in its separate thing, and it won't record over, so you don't have to stress about that. And once you connect your phone through the app via Wi-Fi, you'll be able to download that. And I'm sure you can also manage that through your desktop app that you mentioned as well.
Yeah, you can pull it either way. If you like using it on your phone and being able to see it on your phone, it's quick and easy. Just download straight to your phone, and you have the evidence to be able to view or show or send to whoever you need.
Perfect. So we talked about having a great aperture with a great digital sensor in the Sony that gives you better low light condition coverage and higher resolution imagery in low light. That helps with the better recording that we just talked about. The next thing I want to ask you about is, we're talking about multi-purpose ADAS tool. What other purposes can this serve other than just recording your accident?
So you can use it as, like you said, an ADAS tool, and it has different features that you can turn on the Mio dash cam, which is awesome. And you actually use it more as a tool, not just, hey, I'm going to put this up on my dashboard, let's worry about it later, right? There's extra features to this camera that you can use and start using these features, and they're definitely cool features. One that Perry had mentioned to me was the speed camera, GPS fixed speed camera. And I was, okay, let me turn this on and try it. And I turned it on, tried it for 2 days, and I left it because it's a GPS database of the speed cams that we have here in North America. And it gives you warning when you're approaching that speed cam.
What?
So what does that mean? Hey, I'm speeding and I'm daydreaming while I'm driving, looking up at wherever. My camera's going to go beep, speed cam ahead, and then it's going to keep warning me if I'm going over the speed limit.
How does it have that information?
Through the GPS sensor.
Really? So it's not a radar detection, but it's a live access to a database that exists already, and you've accessed it because of your GPS sensor that's built into the camera, and the GPS monitors your speed and correlates if you're in a zone that there may or may not be a speed sensor. Yeah,
so this is a feature that a bunch of the radar detectors have on the market. It's like the red light speed cam database that they have in there. It's a very similar type of feature, but out of your dash cam. It's just a good reminder. And you can also mark locations as well.
So you can save it. Say, hey,
you can save locations. So I know photo radar is huge here in Edmonton, that you can go through and it's like, okay, the photo radar's truck sits here commonly. I can mark it. So then I get an alert as a reminder to myself, like, hey, make sure you're doing the speed limit, right?
It helps you. It's a friendly reminder to tell yourself, just settle down a little bit, because you might be in an area that you might, get booked on a ticket. Oh, that's another great feature. Now, I noticed in the video that there was another small camera in the corner. Was that a rear-facing camera or inside camera, or what was that?
So that's the rear camera. So we have an 850 rear camera that adds on and lets you record out the back window. And that also includes the Sony Starvis chip in it.
In the rear-facing camera?
Yes, which is one that not a lot of companies are doing. Most of them, it's like, okay, it's a rear camera, 720p. We don't care about that cam as much. We want the front cam. Don't worry about what's behind us as much, right? So having that Sony Starvis in there, you get great picture quality out of the rear and the front as well. And it also has an onboard CPU. So it processes the videos on the rear camera and sends them to the front camera.
Is that Bluetooth? Or is it wired?
It is wired.
It is wired, okay.
It is wired. It will get the power and the data transfer through the cable that you run to the rear camera.
Oh, from the camera, okay.
Yeah. But it improves that video quality because it's processed on the rear before it's sent to the front, not sent to the front and have the same processor trying to process the video quality, right?
Absolutely.
So there's a bunch of little things that kind of add up to the ultimate goal of having the best picture quality for your dash cam.
I know, Perry, you've been standing patiently, but I think you have one of those dash cams in your hand, do you not?
Yeah. I personally use the 798 in my car.
Would you mind putting it to the screen so we can get a view for that?
Yeah.
So that's the side. Wow, it's not very big at all. Look at that.
So you can see the button here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lens. And we have the 2.7-inch screen.
Wow, that's a big screen. That's touchscreen?
Yeah. No.
No touchscreen. Buttons are on the side.
Yeah. Buttons on the side to be able to adjust your settings and everything, which is nice. If you want to make changes while you're parked somewhere, you don't have to open up your phone, open up your app like you do on a lot of cameras. Just having the settings adjusted right from your camera is pretty nice, actually.
And as far as the bracket there, Jaren, that's a suction cup? Is that the standard?
Yeah, so it comes in the box with the standard suction cup mount and your 12-volt cigarette lighter. So it can be sold over the counter to a consumer, and if they just want to stick the camera on the windshield and plug it in, then they're good to go out the door.
Are there other mounting options, or is that the one they recommend?
So that's what comes with it. We do have what we call the Smart Box 3. So that is our custom install kit. So it includes the Smart Box wiring, which will direct wire to your vehicle, and also includes the 3M adhesive mount. So you're putting it permanently in your car. And that Smart Box has voltage and timer cutoffs for monitoring that dash cam. So it allows it to go into a parking mode. So
that was my next question about parking surveillance. Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to give that parking surveillance. So it's going to go into like kind of a sleep state, and it's going to wake up on impact on that G sensor or motion detection, and going to start recording events from there. So that Smart Box allows it to still be in that parking mode, but not have to worry about your battery going dead.
Right, right. It'll monitor that for you.
Yeah, so it has different thresholds for battery voltage cutoff and for also timing. So if you only want it to record 12 hours after you park the vehicle, as opposed to possibly 24 hours or unlimited time that you want it to record.
So are there any other advantages from a dealer perspective to offer a hardwired kit to the customer?
So offering that hardwired kit gets you install dollars to install that hardwire kit.
Number one, yep.
Which is one for dealers and gives you that custom mount, which a lot of the higher market, the higher value dash cams, those customers really want that full installed feature out of their dash cam.
Okay, so obviously you get the custom work, you get the sale of the kit as well, right?
Yeah.
But it also unlocks that feature. Now, do you also? I guess you won't have access to that parking surveillance if you're through the lighter plug.
No, through the lighter plug, you won't have access to the parking surveillance.
So that's another advantage.
That's another advantage. You need the Smart Box to be able to access that parking feature, just because NIO doesn't want their dash cam to be the one to kill everyone's batteries.
Yeah, the reason why you can't start your car when you left your car at the airport when you come back from your trip.
Yeah.
Now, in the parking mode, does that also interact with the rear camera as well?
Yes, it will. It record front and rear. If you have the rear camera added on, it will record the rear motion as well.
So there's an opportunity for dealers there. You get the full package where you get the dash cam, the hardwire kit, and the rear camera all installed at once, and then they're like top to bottom done, custom.
Yeah, you're fully protected. It's almost like a security system. We won't call it a security system.
No, it's not. It's not quite, but it certainly is a very, very valuable added benefits. It's and it's. I think it's okay if the customer takes the box and suction cups it and plugs it in. They can always come back, but you just have to tell them there are advantages, and if you don't want to do that now, we can always do that at a later date, which is nice because then it's another reason for them to come back. Okay.
Add-ons to the sale, right?
Absolutely. Isn't that what this is all about? So what else do we want to talk about when it comes to this model?
So we want to kind of talk about resolution, obviously. I think you have a video on resolution. So the Mio camera is 2.5K resolution. On the market, you'll see very commonly the word is 4K resolution, right?
Yeah.
You see that everywhere. Everyone's striving for the 4K. We want to make dealers and consumers aware that resolution isn't the only thing that you should take into consideration when you're selecting a dash cam. There's other things that we've talked about, features and specs we've talked about kind of before that add up to, again, the full picture of a dash cam, literally, that gives you that high quality picture and be able to view. So if you take a look at the video that we have here, Ben, we can kind of queue up and let people decide for themselves.
So here we go. Let's watch a video on how important resolution is. Like when cell phones were coming out and everybody's trying to get more megapixel cameras, and that was kind of like the selling point. Oh, I've got a 4 meg. Oh, I got a 7 megapixel. Oh, I got a 38 megapixel camera. But then you get that 38 megapixel camera, you take a picture with it, and you're like, it's not that much better than my 12 megapixel. Why? Right? No, but that's kind of, it's the same thing with the, I got 2,000 watts in this amplifier. It's the numbers game. So I'll let you speak to that. I have my own opinions on that, but I'd like you to speak to what we just watched there.
So again, like you said, it's the numbers game. You can, in our industry, you can equivalent it to amplifier power and stuff like that, where it's the number that sells, unfortunately. But we want our dealers to educate customers and show them videos like this. And if you show that to a customer and be like, okay, like I kind of talked about before, where your lighting will change as you're driving, you're going through a tunnel, there's a building blocking, and that sensor being able to adjust and be able to tune that image to get the best brightness out of an image, right? That the 4K spec isn't the only thing out there, the only thing to kind of push to a consumer, right?
100%. And it is the 12-volt retailer who is responsible for educating that consumer with videos like that. And because at the end of the day, when it counts the most is when you want to make sure you have the right tool for the job. So when it comes to the ratings and the numbers, I think that with Mio, what they've done here is they certainly have a high-end product, a quality product, and they're showing it with that last video. Is that the end all when it comes to selling a customer the camera? Is the resolution, or are there other features that we need to definitely take a closer look at?
No, it definitely isn't the end all be all of specs to the camera. It's definitely an important feature because the goal behind a dash cam ultimately is that video footage, but it's add-on features to it. So like we talked about the ADAS systems before, where cool tools that you can use to be able to do more out of your dash cam. Like you're spending good money on a dash cam now. You're up into that higher price point. Let's see what else it can do for me, right? Not just focus in and keep your blinders on in a certain, okay, it just needs to record video. Let's see what else it can do. Like I said, the speed cam alert. It has forward collision warning. It has lane departure warning. It has headlight reminder.
This thing has lane departure warning?
Yes.
Very cool. So it has technology that senses the lines and it veers. If you're veering, it'll know.
Yeah. Which is great for long road trips, right?
Yes.
You're driving 5-6 hours. Everyone does it. They start to kind of drift off into space, and that.
My car puts a coffee logo on my screen.
Yeah, this does have the fatigue alert as well. Has the headlight reminder. It has a feature called stop and go. So it senses, because it has that forward collision warning built into it as well. It senses when you're stuck in like a traffic jam, and senses when that car in front of you starts moving, and say you're not paying attention because you're in a traffic jam, stop. Pops up a little alert on your dash cam to say, bing, hey, the car in front of you is moving. You should pay attention and start moving with it.
It's like having a little smart driver assistant with you on board.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's what ADAS is kind of all about, is that driver assistance, right?
100%. And that was a big topic during Industry Week. I mean, ADAS is one of those emerging categories, which obviously BB has a lot to, of inventory and brands to offer there. And I think Mio just fits right in there as well. So on that topic, what are we talking about as far as opportunities for dealers, inventory, displays? What's going on? What's the offer?
So inventories in both warehouses ready to ship for a dealer. As far as displays, we have a few different display options from Mio. Currently, we have the Mio Mini, which is the little countertop display with info cards for the cameras. Great little piece for point of sale at the till, kind of get customer interested. And then shipping soon, we're going to have this larger Mio display.
Hold on, I'm going to put you full screen there, Jaren.
In a secure acrylic box there, and also houses a 2K tablet on it to be able to kind of show those videos that we talked about, right? Because showing a customer is going to help a customer realize what it's going to do in their vehicle and really brings that point across. You can talk all day about, hey, this camera resolution, this spec, Sony Starvis, but when you see it real world side by side comparison, this is what you're buying at a $50 camera. This is what you're buying at the Mio dash cam. It really conveys that point across. And a lot of people are very visual learners, so it definitely helps that visual presentation, right?
I would say most are, especially in this case.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Buttons don't mean anything. I want to see what this thing does. You know what I mean?
See it to believe it, right?
Absolutely. Now, I'm going to presume that there are different level products, with different range, maybe a good, better, best type of situation.
Yeah. So we talked about the 798, which is our flagship that we wanted to target on. Let's teach you about the best, but we also have other options for consumers. So we have the 733 Wi-Fi cam, which is still a great camera, has the built-in Wi-Fi, so you can do the MyView app, 1080p resolution on that camera. It's a great dash cam, about the same size as the 798, maybe slightly smaller, has that 2.7-inch display. Again, great camera. And then we also have the C320 cam. So that's a 2-inch display. It's a little smaller camera, still 1080p resolution on it, still backed by Mio's product testing. You're buying still a high quality camera, just at a reduced price point. You're not gonna it doesn't have the specs and bells and whistles, I'd say, like the 798, but still is, they, as you saw in that first video, they still rigorously test that camera.
Dude, they beat the ish out of them. I mean, that little button, they just kept pressing the button thousands of times. Which
I haven't seen a dash cam manufacturer come out with a video we're going to mechanical test these buttons for days on end to let's see how many presses we can get out of it before that button fails, right?
I'm going to pick up this camera and drop it 100,000 times and see what happens.
Yeah, because it does happen, right? Your dash cam falls off the window.
Sure. But I mean, even a video like that should play on displays like that to show the customer, like, there's a lot of dash cams out there, but check what this brand does. That's where you want to spend your money. I'm going to get one question into Perry before we let him go. Perry, what message do you have for our Canadian dealers who may be watching this and discovering Mio dash cams for the very first time?
I think we can, if you have any questions about the Mio, and you can direct contact the Jaren or anyone in the BB distribution. Yeah.
And I guess this is a pretty exciting launch because now not only do you have Mio in the US, but through BB, you now have it available in Canada as well to be part of the global domination that is Mio dash cams, I suppose. All right.
Yeah, we are very glad to partner with the BB distribution.
Awesome.
And I think we choose the right partner.
Jaren's a pretty good dude. I think you did a good job with that.
I'm no product trainer like Justin Bond.
Oh, God.
Everyone's seen enough of Justin, I think.
I have Justin tonight. We'll talk about that later. But I love having Jaren on. That was great. Hey, Perry, thank you so much. We're going to let you go to bed now.
No problem.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Thanks, Perry.
Yeah.
Thanks, Perry.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. And thanks, Jaren.
I can't believe you made him wake up or stay up for this.
I just asked. He offered.
Yeah, it was great. Good having him there.
They're a great partner.
It's an exciting line. I'm not going to lie. You know what? It screams quality. It screams engineering and design, right? There's no way to fake that. Freaking Justin agrees with your statement. That's funny. I just saw a comment come so that's it. Mio dash cams. Any last word that you'd like to message out to the dealers watching?
So my last word is kind of a way that we got to think of the dash cam market. So we can strive to be like the Asian dash cam market where every vehicle has it. So the potential for a dealer is huge there. It's just educating the customer. It's not a huge market in Canada right now, but it's certainly a growing market. More people are understanding the need for a dash cam and wanting that dash cam. So educate that customer and get them into your store and get them educated on why a good dash cam is a good investment.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jaren. That is 100% the message. And you know what? It's a similar message for the entire ADAS category. It's one of those products that if you don't inform your customer, they're not necessarily going to knock on your door and ask about it. Because unfortunately, the awareness isn't quite where it should be yet, but it's our job, everybody's job in the industry to get it there because we'll all profit from it. So
it's becoming more and more common, security cams in general. How many people have Ring doorbells now? And you want the same technology in your car. Why not?
100%. And there's a lot of, insurance companies offering incentives for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
talk to your insurance company and see if you can get a discount because at fault claims are going to go down, right?
100%. So if you're watching this live or either on demand, this is Jaren from BB. We're talking about Mio dash cams, now available in Canada exclusively through BB Distribution. Go ahead and contact the team over there, www.bbdistribution.ca, and there's their toll-free number. Jaren, it's been an absolute pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today.
Thanks, Ben.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right, there you have it. Mio dash cams, BB Distribution. Check that out. Get your dash cam action on because it is a category that you definitely need to have. If not on your, at your counter or near the point of sale, but it's just a category that you could even take advantage of getting some custom install in with that hardwire box that Jaren had mentioned. And now the backup cam, it just all flows together. So totally makes sense. All right. Definitely want to remind you guys to tune in tonight. We are back on schedule with CMA Live, as well as CMA Connected, obviously. But CMA Live tonight, we've got a special one going. We're talking marine audio. Some really heavy-hitting guests tonight. We've got Rockford Foskett in the house, Tim White from Wet Sounds, JL Audio Manville, and of course, Justin Bond from Powerbase Canada BB Distribution. You want to learn about why you need to get into the marine audio segment right now in your neighborhood, in your region. These guys are going to show up some goods, and they're going to give some very valuable advice on how to, steer your business in that direction. That's it for now. It's been an absolute blast. We're coming back to you again Friday as well for another CMA Connected. Make sure you log on to our website, CanadianMobileAudio.com, to check out our entire broadcast schedule for all our webcasts, whether that be connected or live. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.